Coming up on KMOT at 6, new developments in the case of the embattled sheriff in Ward County. Leaders in the county refuse to suspend the county sheriff despite the governor's ruling, and the attorney general responds. Also, change of command. New leadership takes over at Minot Air Force Base. We introduce you to the new head of the 91st Missile Wing. And it's Rib Fest time. We go live from the second annual festival as some grill masters carry on a family tradition. Plus, we test out the perfect Father's Day gift for the dad who loves the barbecue. Those stories plus your weekend forecast and sports are next on the Evening Report. It was a back and forth between state leaders today over the fate of the Ward County Sheriff. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Katie's on assignment at Ribfest and she'll join us in a bit. Following a meeting with their state's attorney this morning, the Ward County Commissioners said that they would refuse to suspend Sheriff Steve Kukowski despite a ruling from Governor Dalrymple claiming that he wasn't given due process. The sheriff faces charges in the death of a former inmate. Attorney General Wayne Stenjum has now responded. Here's what we know.
It is my opinion that the statutes for removable proceedings have not been complied with.
That's what Ward County State's Attorney Rosa Larson told county commissioners Friday morning in the wake of Governor Dalrymple's suspension of Sheriff Steve Kukowski. The governor had upheld a recommendation from Attorney General Wayne Stenjum to suspend Kukowski, who faces charges in the death of Dustin J. Irwin, a former Ward County jail inmate who died after his health deteriorated while in county custody. But Larson said, hold on.
A special commissioner has not been appointed and a complaint has not been filed or served on Sheriff Kukowski, and without that he doesn't have an opportunity to answer or be heard or even have a hearing on it.
In a letter Larson penned to the governor, she wrote that the state failed to conduct a formal investigation after filing petition for Kukowski's removal, and he should have the opportunity to present his case at a hearing. Ward County Commission Chair John Fieldau agreed with her findings.
We don't have any evidence that what is stated in the Century Code has actually happened. I don't think there's any harm in responding back to the governor's office saying we need this demonstrated before we take the action they've asked us to do.
Late Friday afternoon, Stenjum responded to the commissioners and Larson in a letter to Governor Dalrymple. Stenjum wrote to the governor, "It is my recommendation that you appoint a special commissioner and appoint Special Prosecutor Seymour Jordan to draft and serve the official complaint." He disagreed on the need for a new investigation, writing, "The complaint for removal filed by Special Prosecutor Jordan contains a set of factual allegations regarding the incarceration and subsequent death of Dustin Irwin. The events alleged in the complaint for removal have already been thoroughly investigated." For now, Kukowski is back on the job until the governor acts on the Attorney General's new recommendations. Kukowski is still set for a trial in August. Now, he has declined to comment on the situation at the request of his lawyer. Meteorologist Stephanie Waldroff joins us out at Ribfest. Stephanie, it looks like a beautiful day to get outside and eat some ribs.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful night to come out here and enjoy some great food. We have a live band, there's a caricaturist, and of course, the ribs and also fried food as well. And as the rest of the weekend goes on, looks like some nice weather is going to follow. Let's take a look at your Ribfest forecast starting for Saturday. It's going to be a lot like today. Temperatures are going to be nice in the lower 80s across the area. Just a light breeze, 5 to 10 miles an hour. But then we do have a chance for maybe a morning shower, probably between like 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. is when we'll be seeing that. If we do see it, though, it's going to be pretty quick, so don't worry about that. But then Saturday night, we could be seeing some storms, but Sunday for Father's Day is looking pretty nice. I'll have all the details on this coming up in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Stephanie. People in Bismarck and Mandan are cleaning up after a severe hail and windstorm hit early this morning. Wind gusts reached speeds up to 79 miles per hour, and hail in some places measured more than 3 inches in diameter. The storm caused damage across the area, topping trees and knocking down power lines. Many car dealerships were also hit hard by the hail, which dented cars and cracked windshields. Super Insurance says that they've received more than 70 calls about damage. They say that the first thing to do is if you have storm damage, call your agent.
If anything that has happened, like broken windows, they need to get them taken care of so they don't have continuous damage happening. And then from there, if there's parts of a fence down, things like that, that they need to clean up and get out of the way, they need to take photos of the damage and don't throw anything away.
There also was a separate round of storms that hit southern Morton County last night around 8 p.m. that dumped 3 inches of rain. The 91st Missile Wing at Minot Air Force Base has a new commander. During the change of command ceremony this morning, incoming Commander Colonel Colin Connor officially took over command from outgoing Commander Colonel Michael Lutton. Colonel Connor most recently served as Chief of Staff at the Air Force Fellow at the Pentagon and has also commanded the 21st Operations Support Squadron at Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado. He says that he plans to keep the 91st Missile Wing's motto and mission intact.
Safe, secure, intercontinental ballistic missile operations, ready to put bombs on target. That's it. Bottom line.
Outgoing Commander Colonel Lutton has served as the 91st Missile Wing Commander since June of 2014, and he's now headed to Washington, D.C. to continue his service. Well, the results are far from official yet, but as of this afternoon, write-in candidate Kenton Kosin is leading for the final open spot on Minot City Council. Ward County Auditor Deborah Smested tells us that Kosin received 55 write-in votes compared to 27 for Nicole Peltier, the other candidate who campaigned. Kosin and Peltier launched 11th-hour write-in campaigns after no one declared for the open spot on Minot's Ward 7, left by the outgoing Alderman Kevin Knoll. Smested says that the county election officials have yet to count more than 50 absentee ballots, and they still have not finished canvassing. They expect to have an official result by next week. Well, you've heard a lot about how depressed oil prices are impacting state government budgets, unemployment rates, and the North Dakota economy. There are currently only 10 drilling rigs on the Fort Berthold Reservation. 4 years ago, there were 30. Alyssa Dickert spoke with Tribal Chairman Mark Fox about the impact that's having on the 3 affiliated tribes.
Infrastructure development funded by oil and gas taxes continues despite a 65% drop in revenue from when Mark Fox was elected chairman of the 3 affiliated tribes in November of 2014.
I've been trying to do more with less, basically, but we are putting things in the ground, and we are trying to manage the best way we can. It's been tough. It's been challenging.
Currently, a law enforcement center and courthouse is under construction in Newtown and is expected to be completed by spring of next year. New housing projects are also being built. Tribal members are taking notice of these developments.
As far as accountability, I think is showing the people, where the money is being spent in some places and where the money should be spent and managing it. Right, we're going through, I know it's going through some budget stuff now, but me as a member, I think he's doing a great job though.
Fox plans to do even more. The largest project he's trying to break ground on is a drug treatment facility.
It's just that I get a little bit frustrated because I'm trying to bring these changes, or we're trying to make this development that we need to address our issues, but it's taken longer than I thought it would.
The rehabilitation complex would cost approximately $50 million and would include a detox facility, drug treatment center, and continuing care.
Will it be done by the time I'm done with my job? Yes.
Chairman Fox's term is up in November of 2018. In Newtown, reporting for NBC North Dakota News, I'm Alyssa Dickert.
Chairman Fox says that he only plans on serving one term. When tax revenue lagged last year, Governor Jack Dalrymple was forced to dip into the state's rainy day fund and issue an allotment, stripping state agencies of more than 4% of their budget. The decision was based on a revenue forecast released in February. Now, revenue continues to lag behind even more than the forecast. The state is $69 million behind. Another new forecast will be released in July. As a result, 3 things could happen. With $75 million left in the rainy day fund, the governor could use that to cover the shortfall. Now, if that's not enough, he could issue another allotment. The most drastic measure would be calling a special session for lawmakers to create a new budget to get through the biennium. Magic City Rib Fest is an event for the whole family, and even the guys behind the grill at the Just North of Memphis booth are keeping it in the family. Katie Firkins joins us with more from the Municipal Auditorium with their story. Katie?
Thanks, Joe. I am inside the trailer of the Just North of Memphis booth out here at the Magic City Rib Fest, and what's so special about these guys is they really keep it all in the family. I've got John here with me. Everything from the smoker, which I definitely want to talk about, to your sauces, to your ribs, everything comes from your family.
Yep, it's a family business, and we are actually local. We're just from down by Minneapolis in Clearwater, Minnesota, But the dry rub seasoning, Katie, comes from my Aunt Margie down in Memphis.
That's awesome. So talk to me about these guys behind us. This is what really makes it happen.
Unfortunately, most people don't get to see them, but these two things behind us are the smokers. And they were invented and built by my Uncle John down in Memphis.
What did he do to make them different from a regular smoker?
Most smokers have the ribs laying horizontally on a grate. The ribs in our smokers hang vertically. So they self-baste themselves for the 5 hours while they're smoking.
Now, you guys are known for being the dry rub ribs. You have great barbecue sauces like this one, but you do this with the dry rub is kind of your thing.
Yeah, that's the traditional Memphis style, is the dry rub on the ribs. That's all we put on them. And then we let the customers choose the sauce and how they want to use it. So we have Christie's Mischief, which is the spicy, and we have Sweet Christie's, which is our sweet and tangy. Both named after my wife.
And that is named after your wife. And speaking of your wife, I hear you guys make the best bread pudding, so I'm going to try a little bit of it before we send it back. You hold that for me?
I will definitely hold this for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's our peach bread pudding. It's a family recipe.
It's perfect. It's wonderful. Come out here, visit these guys. James Otto's playing tonight. We're out here at the auditorium. Make sure and come check it out. Back to you, Joe.
I'm getting hungry. All right, thanks, Katie. Now, speaking of ribs, when we come back on KMOT at 6, Katie tests out a product that promises to make cleaning your grill a little easier, and our don't buy it until we try it.
And our almanac for today, what a beautiful Friday. We have some more nice weather, but also some more thunderstorms coming up for the weekend. I'll have a full look at that right after the break.
You're watching the Evening Report at 6 with Joe Skrzypski and Katie Firkins. Weather with meteorologist Stephanie Waldrop and sports with Ben Barr. This is KMOT TV, your news leader.
Welcome back to the Night Report. Right now I'm out at Rib Fest and things are really starting to pick up. We have a live band playing. James Otto is taking the stage later tonight. That, along with all of the awesome food, it's going to be a great weekend to come out to the Minot City Auditorium and check it out. Let's take a look at your weekend forecast and see what we're expecting as we head into the overnight hours and also into next week as well. For tonight, things are going to be pretty quiet across the area. Partly cloudy skies, temperatures dropping down into the upper 50s and lower 60s, but there is a chance for a stray shower to pop up probably at 4 a.m. to about 4 a.m. to about 9 a.m. or so. But if they happen, they're going to be very quick and short-lived, leaving us with a pretty nice Saturday. Temperatures are going to be a lot like they were today, but there is going to be a bit more humidity in the air. So drink your water and also put on your sunscreen. But then Saturday night into Sunday morning, we have another chance for a round of some stronger thunderstorms to move into the area, but they're going to be moving through quickly, leaving us with a nice Father's Day. Temperatures are going to be a bit cooler, and our winds are going to be pretty gusty as well, gusting up to 35 miles an hour. But let's take a look at our forecast map across the region. 12 hours here. We're not really seeing a lot happening, but there is a chance for a shower or thunderstorm as we put this into motion to our 24-hour forecast map. That light green, I think that's going to be happening between 4 a.m. and 9 a.m. But then putting this into motion throughout the afternoon on Saturday and also into Sunday, you see a low pressure system sitting up in Canada, and that is that chance for some stronger storms with that. That's something that we're going to be watching, and if any severe weather pops up, we'll be here to cover it for you on Saturday night. But as we take a look for the rest of tonight, things are going to be staying quiet. Temperatures dropping down to right around 60 degrees. We could see a stray shower or two, but overall, I think it's going to be a pretty nice night. And across the rest of the region, temperatures are looking nice. We'll see a few clouds throughout the area, just a light breeze. It's going to be a pretty nice night. Our hour-by-hour forecast showing that slight chance for a light shower in the morning hours, but then as the day goes on, that chance for precipitation is going to be going down, but then it's going to be picking back up as we head into Saturday night. Temperatures across the region, though, going to be pretty nice. We'll see a little bit of cloud cover, but make sure to drink your water and also put on some sunscreen. But like I said, there is a chance for some stronger storms on Saturday. Looking at our convective outlook in that yellow area, I think that's where the best chance for severe storms is going to be. So stay with KMOT. If anything pops up, we will be here to cover it. But looking at our 7-day forecast, things are going to be staying pretty quiet for your Saturday. Temperatures getting into the 80s. Then that chance for thunderstorms Saturday night, but then clearing out for Father's Day. So for all the fathers out there, enjoy your beautiful Father's Day. And I couldn't have Katie have all of the fun, so I got some bread pudding myself. And this one's for you, Dad. It's his favorite. So back to you guys in the studio.
Oh, all right. Thanks, Katie. Hey, thanks, Stephanie. Sorry about that. Not only is it Rib Fest weekend, but it's also Father's Day in a couple of days. So for this week's Don't Buy It Until We Try It, Katie Firkins went behind the grill.
Well, it's Rib Fest week, and I'm out here at the auditorium enjoying all of the delicious food and the wonderful people. But it would have been a missed opportunity to not try out a grill product with some of these masters. So I've got my friends here at Cowboys Barbecue from the great state of Texas to help me out with the Grill Stone. It's a new way to clean your grill rather than just the brush, and it's better for the environment. So let's go check it out. This grill was the ultimate test. Hundreds of people come through Rib Fest to enjoy the best barbecue in the country, and that makes a mess.
After you cook 300 slabs of ribs, you got a pretty burn up, dirty grill. That's absolutely right.
Could this little block tackle a grill of this size? The Cowboys crew was skeptical.
It looked a little weak. It didn't really look like it was going to take off what it needed to do, but, proved me wrong.
The standard grill cleaning tool is a brush. It takes a lot of elbow grease to take off the real grease. With the Grill Stone, that just wasn't the case.
Just you get one good scrub on it, and all the grease and all the burnt on just drops right to the bottom. It gets it really, really clean.
This grill master may have found a new tool for his arsenal.
I give it an A+ rating.
Thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
Join me next week as we try out a new product. For NBC North Dakota News, I'm Katie Firkins.
The Grill Stone is at Kmart. Rib Fest runs through the week at the Minot Auditorium. If you have a product that you want Katie to try, you can send her an email at katie.firkins@kmot.com or just send us a Facebook message. Now, when we come back on KMOT at 6, Ben checks in with the Garrison Titans before a critical road trip.
Welcome back, everyone. We're getting close to the end of June where you can pinpoint an approximate midway point to the Legion baseball season. The Garrison Titans are rolling through their schedule with a still young team looking to find its way before traveling to Bottineau and Bismarck next week.
It's going to be important that we have contributions all the way through because, there's not a lot of power in our lineup. We have a couple of kids that have hit home runs their career, but it's 2 or 3 for each of them. So we're not a big power team. We got to have a lot of stringing singles together, doing a good job of taking pitches, getting on when we can as a walker, hit by pitch, doing everything as far as team ball, using everyone, 1 through 9. Everybody contributing is going to be real important for us because we don't have a lot of where a couple of guys can carry us all the year long.
The Titans take the field in Bottineau on Monday night at 5 with the Bismarck Twin Bill coming up on Wednesday at the same time. On the volleyball court, Minot State summer camps continue with Beavers players and coaches. Head coach Ben Cazzetta has enjoyed getting started and is looking forward to the rest of the summer instruction.
We had a couple of positional camps. They were great on Wednesday and Thursday night. They were awesome. We had 60 kids in both of them. Wednesday night just came and worked on some setting and hitting, and Thursday night came and worked on their defense. And then Thursday morning we started our little kids, which are still going up here behind us. We're going to repeat that camp again in August, which should be a lot of fun. But in July again, we have a camp where the high school kids can come and work on all skills, so they can come and work on their passing, setting, and hitting all together. We like the fact that we have all kinds of different options for everybody. We're trying to create a little more of a culture and trying to give back to the community that gives us so much.
Coach Cazzetta is also excited for the program's grass volleyball tournament coming up at the State Fair. Now, just because it's summer doesn't mean that young local hockey players are on vacation. The Minotaurs capped off their summer hockey school today following a week of intense training on and off the ice with the youngsters, and helping their early development progress is what excites head coach Marty Murray.
It's good to be back in the rink and good to see these kids. It kind of brings you back to your roots, and these kids they come in with open eyes, and it's kind of refreshing. They're just a blank canvas in front of you, so it's kind of fun to work with them and ultimately have some fun during the camp. We incorporate some games, and they probably don't realize they're skating or working on things at the time, but I think it's a good opportunity to have some fun in a setting where kids really enjoy it and they push each other.
Looks like a lot of fun. That's all we have in sports. We'll be right back. The Nitro Circus is coming to town on Friday, June 24th at the North Dakota State Fairgrounds. Now, tonight we are giving away 2 pairs of tickets for the first 2 callers to call 852-4101, extension 101.
We're actually giving away 1 pair of tickets there. Now, Rib Fest is this weekend, and we have a bit of everything weather-wise to go along with it. One last look at our 7-day. For Father's Day, about a 20% chance in the morning, and then a beautiful week Monday on.
All right, we'll see you back here at 10.